are going to talk about diversity today.
Yay!
Do you know what the word diversity means?
Yes.
What?
It means that people are, means the thing that people are not, that are different from each other.
People are different from each other. Can you name a couple ways that people are different from each other, Morgan? Race. Okay, what is race? Explain to me what race is. Okay, it's a little bit more than color of the skin, but it does have to do with your background, right? Where you come from. Okay, what else? How else are people different? You're born in different places. Were you all born in Kentucky?
I was.
You were born in Kentucky? I was born in Kentucky, but you know what? We were born in different counties in Kentucky, right?
I was born in
I wasn't born in Lexington. Where were you born?
Canada.
Oh, look, Canada.
I was
A whole different country.
I was born in Lexington.
Okay, there
My
you go.
brother was born in
What are other ways that we can be different, that we're different from each other? What are other ways? Madison? We said our skin color, yes. What else, Giovanni? What we look like? What about, how am I different from Giovanni? Okay, what else though? There's one thing that you're missing.
He's a boy.
He is a boy. Am I a boy?
No.
No, I'm a girl. But I'm going to read a book to you guys today, and it's called A Chair for My Mother. And it's kind of long, but it talks about a lot of different people and how they come together to help each other. Okay, you ready? A chair for my mother. My mother works as a waitress in the Blue Tile Diner. After school sometimes I go to meet her there. Then her boss, Josephine, gives me a job too. I wash the salts and peppers and fill the ketchups. One time I peeled all the onions for the onion soup. When I finish, Josephine says, "Good work, honey," and pays me. And every time I put half of my money into the money jar. Kind of like a piggy bank. Anybody have a piggy bank at home?
My cousin.
It takes a long time to fill a jar this big. Every day when my mother comes home from work, I take down the jar. My mama empties all her change from tips out of her purse for me to count. Then we push all of the coins into the jar. Sometimes my mama is laughing when she comes home from work. Sometimes she's so tired she falls asleep while I count the money into piles. Some days she has lots of tips. Some days she only has a little. Then she looks worried. But each evening, every single shiny coin goes into the jar. We sit in the kitchen to count the tips. Usually Grandma sits with us too. While we count, she likes to hum. Often she has money in her old leather wallet for us. Whenever she gets a good bargain on tomatoes or bananas or something she buys, she puts the savings and they go into the jar. When we get a single other coin into the jar, we are going to take out all the money and go and buy a chair.
A chair?
Yes, a chair. A wonderful, beautiful, fat, soft arm chair. We will get one covered in velvet with roses all over it.
Like your shirt?
We are going to get the best chair in the whole world. That is because our old chairs burned up. There was a big fire in our other house. All our chairs burned. So did our sofa. And so did everything else. That wasn't such a long time ago.
Oh.
This could be a true story. My mother and I were coming home from buying new shoes. I had new sandals. She had new pumps. We were walking to our house from the bus. We were looking at everyone's tulips. She was saying she liked red tulips, and I was saying I liked yellow ones. Then we came to our block. Like the street that they live on. Right outside our house stood two big fire engines. I could see lots of smoke. tall orange flames came out of the roof. All the neighbors stood in a bunch across the street. Mama grabbed my hand and we ran. My Uncle Sandy saw us and ran to us. Mama yelled, "Where's Mother?" I yelled. "Where's my grandma?" My Aunt Ida waved and shouted, "She's here, she's here. She's okay, don't worry." Grandma was all right. Our cat was safe too, though it took a while to find her. But everything in our whole house was spoiled. That's just the first. What was left of our house was turned to charcoal and ashes. We went to stay with my mother's sister, Aunt Ida, and Uncle Sandy. Then we were able to move into the apartment downstairs. We painted the walls yellow, the floors were all shiny, but the rooms were very empty. What are what? Like heels. Like shoes that have big heels. The first day we moved in, the neighbors brought pizza and cake and ice cream. They brought a lot of other things too. The family across the street brought a table and 3 kitchen chairs. The very old man next door gave us a bed from when his children were little. My other grandpa brought us his beautiful rug. My mother's other sister, Sally, had made us red and white curtains. Mama's boss, Josephine, brought pots and pans, silverware and dishes. My cousin brought me her own stuffed bear. Everyone clapped when my grandma made a speech. "You are all the kindest people," she said, "and we thank you very, very much. It's lucky we're young and can start all over." Now look at this picture. Do you see people that are different?
Yes.
Yeah. You see all kinds of people that are different. Yeah, you're right. They're from all different races, just like you guys are from all different races. Races? Like your ethnicity. Not just your color of your skin, but your ethnicity. So, you are African American. I am Caucasian. That's my ethnicity. You're Caucasian too. You're Caucasian too. But you know what? Giovanni and Adriana are Hispanic. Okay, so this is one of the most important pages in this book. Keep listening though. That was last year, but we still have no sofa and no big chair. When Mama comes home, her feet hurt. "There's no good place for me to take a load off my feet," she says. When Grandma wants to sit back and hum and cut up potatoes, she has to get as comfortable as she can on a hard kitchen chair. So that is how come Mama brought home the biggest jar she could find at the diner, and all the coins started going into the jar. Now the jar is too heavy for me to lift down. Uncle Sandy gave me a quarter. He had to boost me up so I could put it in it. After supper, Mama and Grandma and I stood in front of the jar. "Well, I never would have believed it, but I guess it's full," Mama said. My mother brought home little paper wrappers for nickels and the dimes and the quarters. I counted them all out and wrapped them all up. On my mother's day off, we took all the coins to the bank. The bank exchanged them for $10 bills. Then we took the bus down to shop for our chair. We shopped through 4 furniture stores. We tried out big chairs and smaller ones, high chairs and low chairs, soft chairs and harder ones. Grandma said she felt like Goldilocks and the 3 little bears, trying out all the chairs. Finally, we found the chair we were all dreaming of, and money in the jar was enough to pay for it. We called Aunt Ida and Uncle Sandy. They came right down in their pickup truck to drive the chair home for us. They knew we wouldn't wait for it to be delivered. Like a truck that has a bed in the back of it. Like a flat bed. There you go. I tried out our chair in the back of the truck. Mama wouldn't let me sit there while we drove, but they let me sit in there while they carried it to the door. We set the chair right beside the window with the red and white curtains. Grandma and Mama and I all sat in it while Aunt Ida took our picture. Now, Grandma sits in it and talks with people going by in the daytime. Mama sits down and watches the news on TV when she comes home from her job. After supper, I sit with her and she can reach right up and turn out the light if I fall asleep in her lap. So this family, I told you I wanted you to pay attention to one page in this book that was very, very important. And we help each other out, right? So we're looking at this page. And she talks about all of these people who helped her out. Do you think all these people, I mean, some people didn't even know the family that was moving in, right? They were just neighbors and they wanted to help out. And they were strangers. Some people were family and some people were people that were working with them or had helped them before. But do you think all these people came from the same background? No. Do you think they all make the same amount of money or that they live in the same type of place?
No.
Or that they even look the same?
There's different
No.
apartments.
There are different apartments that they live in. Do you think that it's important to help other people out?
Yes.
So if I told you today, if I said, okay, we've talked about this before with Martin Luther King, remember him? If I said, if you're wearing a red shirt, you'd have to come over here and you couldn't do anything the rest of the day. But everybody else can go play at recess. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
It's not nice.
It's not nice and it's not, it's not respectful to do that. Is it fair?
No.
No. Would you have worn a red shirt today if you knew that red shirt people couldn't play at recess? Probably not, huh? No. So does it matter what other people look like?
No.
Martin Luther King helped us out with that, right? Remember how he tried to help everybody because he wanted to be friends with everybody. And he wasn't allowed to be because of the color of his skin, because of his race and his ethnicity. And that wasn't very fair, right? Right. One of his friends didn't want to be his friend anymore because of the color of his skin. Did that matter here? No, it didn't matter the color of their skin. Something bad had happened to them and they wanted to be helpful. Right? Are we all going to try to be helpful in this room? We have a very diverse room, right? Yes, we do.
Just like my Aunt Heidi let me spend the night with them since my house blew up.
Yeah, you help people out and it doesn't matter what you look like or where you come from, but we are all friends here.